As we were leaving the house with the game staff to play somewhere else, his brother showed up in tears with a machete in hand to whack him, but we ran away. Hey, what's up everybody, I'm SkyDieRay and welcome to another DnDGreentext video. Before we jump into the video, I just want to let you know that I think one of the stories in this video is absolutely brilliant, like insane levels of brilliant that I haven't seen recently. So yeah, anyway, with that being said, don't forget to smash the like button and enjoy the video. Rules lawyer rolls history. He doesn't read up on the system of medieval law and all the rights that serfs and peasants had. He assumes that corrupt lords were handled by random wandering adventurers, rather than a fair system of royal and church courts which strongly favored the commoners. He thinks that just because the peasants are suing their lord, that automatically makes them right, and that litigious peasants were never a thing. He thinks that executing people on the spot, rather than bringing them back for a trial, was how medieval justice was administered. He thinks that medieval lords didn't have a natural incentive to be altruistic and just with their peasants. He thinks that peasants wanted democracy. Please tell me you don't do this in your medieval fantasy game. Not all DMs are history nerds. Go on. Which exact legal code is representative of medieval Europe in its entirety over the hundreds of years that comprise the medieval era? The idea that Romanian... Hey, that's where I'm from. The idea that Romanian late medieval life was at all similar to early post-Charlemagne France is ludicrous. It also doesn't matter. Fantasy is not history. There's no way the existence of magic and interference of actual deities wouldn't significantly change how societies develop. Not to mention that different societies around the world already develop differently. We can rebuild him, we have the technology. We had this player at the table, who at the time I thought was smart and funny, but looking back, he was a lol random rules lawyer. Amongst things he tried to argue with the DM about. Bothan, dog-like Star Wars race, should be able to disguise themselves as an airspeeder, a flying car, if the disguise check is good enough. A 3x3 airspeeder should fit into a 2x2 elevator. A fit for blaster cannon that allows it to cause explosions when destroying items should affect items worn by other characters, such as weapons, armor, and data pads. As a bonus, one thing that I did in the same game that I really expected to cause an argument, but didn't. You can replace your body parts by prosthetics, like Luke Skywalker did. In another book, there are rules for improving items. Prosthetics are an item. There are rules for giving items more upgrade slots at the cost of making them bigger. There is no rule saying your prosthetic should be the same size as your natural limb. Replace all my body parts, including my head and my torso, with huge artificial parts. Not for more upgrade slots, though. Making them bigger was an actual goal. Because now, I can fit a heavy blaster rifle in my arm. I don't even need to know how that looks like to know that it's awesome that you did it. Well played, dude. Now you don't fit in the elevator. PvP IRL. Our host player had an argument with his little brother before the session. So, his brother came to the table, grabbed this lad's character sheet and wrecked it. He beat his brother as usual and ripped his shit apart. As we were leaving the house with the game staff to play somewhere else, his brother showed up in tears with a machete in hand to whack him, but we ran away. We were 16 I think, and his brother was 11. What happened to Machete Kid? That escalated quickly. So I was gonna stop here, but I wanna read one more comment and then say something about it. I think it's more of a case of habitual abuse and mistreatment. It just hit a boiling point, and from the surface it looks abrupt, but beating his brother as usual? Definitely habitual. Right, so I'm not sure if I'm qualified to say this, but I just wanna say that if you have a little brother, or an older brother or whatever, try to not abuse him. Or anyone for that matter, including animals. Okay, try to not be abusive in general. Cool, okay, move on. Mage with the power to replace or remove a single letter in a spell. Bimmy, mage who has become so good at casting magic, I can make my own spells on the fly. Also, I might owe my ability to some devil I gave my soul to. Be not me, barbarian and target for most of my spells. Likes eating and fighting. Human fighter and observer to my craziness. Likes fighting and women. Original, I know. New player. Start of campaign, I only have shitty first level spells and cantrips. Usual tavern meetup.lazy. Town is getting attacked by a bunch of bandits for no apparent reason. I decided to try out my special ability. I cast light, but turn it into fight. The battlefield lights up a dark crimson and every sentient entity that steps inside the 60-feet circle is forced to join the fight, driven by hate and violence. Cool that whip. Villagers start joining, getting slaughtered while doing so. Not cool that oh well. Kids join the fight, also get slaughtered. That's not good, that PNG. A single puppy gets turned inside out while trying to fight. Now you did it, that mad. Shoot off another light spell that I made into might instead at our barbarian. Barbarian gains advantage on all strength and attack rolls for 60 seconds. Barbarian goes ape on everything in a fit of rage, taking about 18 seconds to kill every bandit in the area. At the end of the battle, we discover a bandit that was hiding in a bush, so we decide to interrogate him. Everything the barbarian and fighter do fails. We do see that it's a religious person though. Makes me get an idea. I flip through my spellbook. Ah yes, protection from evil and good. How about I cast protection from evil and god? It sends the bandit into tears to see the influence of his god fade into nothing, for I had severed the connection between them. Now he's existing in a neutral void, no gods and no evils, neither heaven nor hell, for about 10 minutes or so, but we didn't tell him that. Find out that they have a camp up in the mountains and we prepare to burn the camp the next day after leveling up. I get the ability to modify 2 letters now. The spell Grease graces me with its existence. Yes. I cast Geese at the barbarian. A flock of geese shoot out from my hand onto the barbarian. They are armed with small knives and a honk attack that stops concentration spells and forces us to run away from the honker. A bunch of months later we're fighting against the big bad evil guy, who is a mage. A mage that uses concentration magics a lot. That thing. I cast Geese. Everyone looks dumbly at me. Now is not the time for memes. We're struggling here. I cast it at 8th level. Dude, why are you wasting? I dual cast Geese at 8th level. All their eyes go wide as the literal Geese-Nado appears out of my hands. DM and party are both gasping for air as the scene unfolds, and the big bad evil guy is slowly consumed by a tornado of geese and honking noises. My face when I unlocked a secret subclass, the Gooseomancer. That sounds like an amazing ability, but it also sounds incredibly OP and balance breaking. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Did the other players also get special abilities like that? Barbarian got the ability to eat anything and gain its strength and weakness. And yes, anything. Ate a rock, called himself Dwayne, and suplexed an enemy wielding scissor-like swords, all because rock beats scissors. And yes, the DM gave him advantage on the attack. Fighter started by having the ability to go invisible at will, but realized that's a garbage power, so now he can use anything as a sword. And guess what he did? He used a spoon as a knife, and it worked. And wanna know something worse? He used a blunt-ass river rock to cut vines with. How the f do you cut something with a round-ass rock? Y'all think I'm crazy with my geese. This were nuts. It was sort of balance breaking since the barbarian could eat a club and become a blunt object that could be wielded by our fighter that makes the barbarian club do slashing damage too. And guess what? You now have a barbarian in your face that not only can attack you until you resemble a puddle of mush, but can also eat that mush to become you. The level 4 party deals almost 100 damage with a single spell. 5th edition. Me, Halfling Divination Wizard. Not me. Gnoll Barbarian, Centaur Armorer Artificer, Tiefling Grave Cleric, Human Wild Magic Sorcerer, and Human Tempest Cleric. Rolled a 20 of one of my portents. Fighting a huge beast. KOs our Cleric with an AoE. KOs me even after using Portent, Shield, and having Mage Armor with 1 bite. All before we roll initiative. KOs the Sorcerer a couple rounds later. Oh no, failed 2 of my death saves. Oh no, Artificer gets the Cleric up. Cleric gets me up. I stabilize the Sorcerer who just went down. Grave Cleric uses his CD to curse the baddie. Tempest Cleric casts Inflict Wounds. At 2nd level, replace his attack roll with natural 20. Beast is already vulnerable from Grave Cleric's CD. Natural 20 gives him 2x on the damage rolls. 98 damage. Creature survives with 1 health. Artificer and Tempest Cleric kick its in to clean up. We reach level 5 with no deaths. went from borderline TPK to dropping a figurative nuke within one round. It was a good session. I once did over 100 damage with the rope trick. Most of it was my party failing to climb checks and falling 60 feet. But still, water in the well? Be me, DM. Be not me. Same party from my other stories. Cleric, Wizard, Druid, Fighter and Bard. Playing Horde of Dragon Queen. At Lodge. None of this matters. Party finishes tough fight. Looks around. Finds well. Investigation checks. Is well. Dug with magic. Wizard casts Detect Magic. No magic. Just hole made with magic. Puts bucket in well. Wants to see what comes out. Is water. Cleric detects poison. No poison. Wizard suggests drinking it. Fighter refuses, thinking it would kill him. Argues for 10 minutes, real time. Druids decides to drink. Asks what happens to them. Slightly less thirsty. Drinks more. Even less thirsty. Okay, I was trying to contain the laughter, but this is hilarious. This is absolutely brilliant. Must be magic. Parties empties water skins and canteens and refills with well water. Discuss among themselves how to figure out what the water does. DM goes for drink IRL. This is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant story. Are you winning, Dad? Me, playing tabletop with my dad. His half-elf fighter is skirmishing against 4 dire orc warfangs. Every time they roll their dice to attack, they get bad luck and he dodges. How about them dodgers, son? He says before attacking back. Every time. Imagine having parents that share your interests. I need a great one-liner to crush his stupid smug face into the dirt when he finally does it and die. Half-elf fighter. 1v4ing. Boomer AF. I wish my dad was this based. Not just based. This is the perfect example of a good dad. Alright guys, no comment review this time because last time I asked you about the giant that forged you a sword to leave comments based on that. There's about 500 plus comments, so I think I'll just go through them and make a different separate video just from that content. It will probably be a bonus video, so you can expect to see that one like next week or something. And yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. Appreciate it a lot. Link on the screen or in the description if you want to check it out and support. And also links below to the Discord, subreddit, other social media. And that's it. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.